Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Punjabi Kahani Kavita Kar. Today's our topic is totally different and based on a real life story. I'm talking about a book named A Stolen Life by Jackie Dugard. In this book, she wrote her story about her kidnapping when she was a kid and she was kept in backyard for 18 years. This is a heart-touching story. In the summer of 1991, she was a normal kid. She did normal things. She had friends and a mother who loved her. She was just like us until the day her life was stolen. For 18 years, she was a prisoner. She was an object for someone to use and abuse. For 18 years, she was not allowed to speak her own name and she became a mother and was forced to be a sister. For 18 years, she survived an impossible situation. A stolen life is her story, in her own words, in her own way, exactly as she remembered it. I hope I can read this book for everyone by explaining every day and moment of her life and how she felt in these 18 years and what exactly happened with her in these 18 years. Let's start with the introduction. Let's get one thing straight. My name is Jackie Lee Dugard. I was kidnapped by a stranger at age 11. For 18 years, I was kept in a backyard and not allowed to use my own name. What follows will be my personal story of how one fateful day in June of 1991 changed my life forever. I decided to write this book for two reasons. One reason is that Philip Gardio believes no one should find out what he did to an 11-year-old girl, me. He also believes he is not responsible for his actions. I believe differently. I believe that everyone should know exactly what he and his wife Nancy were doing all these years in their backyard. I believe I shouldn't be ashamed for what happened to me, and I want Philip Gardiel to know that I no longer have to keep his secret and that he is most certainly responsible for stealing my life and the life I should have had with my family. I'm also writing my story in the hopes that it will be a help to someone going through hopefully not similar conditions but someone facing a difficult situation of their own, whatever that whatever that may be. It's easy for people to be horrified and shocked when someone is abducted, but what about all the other adults and kids living in sad homes? My goal is to inspire people to speak out when they see that something is not quite right and around them. We live in a world where we rarely speak out, and when someone does, often nobody is there to listen. My hope is that society changes in regards to how we treat someone who speaks out. I know I am not the only child to be hurt by a crazy adult. I am sure there are still the families that look great on the outside, but if someone were to delve deeper, they would discover horrors beyond belief. For many, it is so much easier to live a self made backyard that it can be tough and scary to venture out and leave that comfort zone behind. It is so worth it though. You could be saving a person or a family who is not able to save themselves. Take my case for example. Two Berkeley cops saw something amiss and spoke up about it. Even if they would have been wrong, they still did the right thing by speaking up. I will forever be grateful to them for doing the thing that I could not do for myself. Back then, it was a struggle to get through a day, but now I look forward to each day and the next to come. After 18 years of living with stress, cruelty, loneliness, and boredom, each day now brings a new challenge and learning experience to look forward to. With my writings, I hope to convey that you can endure tough situations and survive. Not just survive, but be okay even on the inside too. I'm not sure how I did endure all that I did. I ask myself less and less every day. I used to think maybe the one reading this would find the answer for me, but I'm beginning to think that I have secretly known all along. Ask yourself, what would you do to survive? My situation was unique, and I can't begin to imagine what others are going through in their daily lives. You can survive tough situations in all I can say. I did. History has taught us that even when it looks like there is no hope, hope still lives in people's heart. T.S. Eliot once wrote, I said to my soul, be still and wait without hope, for hope would be hope for the wrong thing. My trust and hope were indeed put in the wrong person, but nevertheless it still lived. I am so lucky and blessed for all the wonderful things that I do have. Life is too short to think about all the things you don't have. I had my girls to give me strength and my cats to keep me warm and at night and perhaps deep inside the dim hope of seeing my mom again, even if it is just one thing or person you have to be thankful for, this that is enough. Yes, I do believe I am lucky. I could not have gotten through my ordeal without believing that someday my life would make sense. Life's adventure is important. It is important to live each day to its fullest, whatever life brings you.